topic for today's lecture is modern legal practice using global tools and the award of Senior Advocate of Nigeria, problem confronting ISHIMBAM lawyers and solutions. This is the topic given to me to speak on. For introduction, legal practice in Nigeria stands at a fascinating crossroads, blending a rich colonial legacy with indigenous customary systems and the inexorable pull of globalization and technology. As Africa's most populous nation and a vibrant democracy, Nigeria's legal profession serves over 200 million people across diverse ethnic, religious, and socioeconomic lines. Rooted in English common law, Islamic Sharia in the north, and customary law nationwide. As you know, we have customary law both in the south and in some states in the north. A modern Nigerian lawyer navigates a pluralistic system that is both resilient and strained by contemporary pressures. In 2025, the legal landscape is undergoing or has undergone rapid transformation, driven by digital innovations, regulatory reforms, and the imperative of efficiency from virtual courtrooms born out of the COVID-19 era to the tentative embrace of artificial intelligence, AI. Nigerian legal practice is evolving to address chronic issues like case backlogs and access to justice. Tradition and technology are reshaping the profession, whether lecturing on procedural reforms or ethical dilemmas in the digital age. Understanding these shifts is essential for fostering a just and efficient legal system. The Nigerian legal landscape, structure and evolution. Nigeria's legal framework is hierarchical. The 1999 Constitution as amended entrenches fundamental rights and judicial independence. Yet, enforcement remains uneven. Today, the profession is divided into two. Solicitors handle transactional work, contracts on other urban centers like Lagos and Abuja host mega firms, advising multinationals on oil, tech, and finance, while rural practitioners grapple with customary disputes over land and inheritance. Technological transformation. The digital revolution in legal practice. The advent of technology has been a game changer, accelerating what was once a ponderously slow process. The COVID-19 pandemic catalyzed virtual hearing via platforms like Microsoft Teams, and Zoom, now standard in superior courts under the National Judicial Council's guidelines. E-filing systems piloted in Lagos and federal courts have reduced paperwork by 40% in some jurisdictions, allowing remote submissions and electronic service of processes. Legal startups like Law Pavilion and Sabi Law are at the forefront, offering AI-driven tools for case management and productivity analytics. By 2025, AI is poised to revolutionize legal research with tools analyzing vast case law database to predict outcomes, potentially cutting research time from days to hours. Contract automation via smart contracts on blockchain ensures tamper-proof agreements. particularly in fintech and real estate. In dispute resolution, online dispute resolution platforms handle small claims, democratizing access for underserved populations. The Nigeria Startup Act 2022 has spurred innovation, fostering legal tech hubs. Moreover, AI chatbots assist with basic legal advice, bridging gaps in pro bono services. These tools enhance productivity, but raise ethical questions. Can AI-generated briefs uphold the duty of competence under the rules of professional conduct? The NBA's 2023 guidelines on digital ethics mandate transparency in AI use, signaling a proactive stance. Key challenges. Despite progress, modern legal practice in Nigeria grapples with systemic frailties. Judicial delays plague the system with over 200,000 pending cases in federal courts alone, some lingering for decades due to adjournments and understaffing. Corruption scandals, including bribe demands from court officials, erode public trust, as highlighted in Transparency International 2024 Corruption Perception Index, where Nigeria ranks 145th globally. We cannot pretend not to know how some of these court clerks will demand money before they will print out judgment delivered by courts. This is part of the corruption thing we are talking about. Access to justice remains elusive for the poor and rural dwellers. High filing fees, geographical barriers, and low legal literacy exacerbate inequalities. In the digital realm, challenges abound. Nigeria lacks a comprehensive AI regulatory framework relying on patchwork laws like the Nigeria Data Protection Act, NDPA 2023, for data privacy. Cyber crimes have surged 534% since 2022 per central bank reports, complicating e-litigation with risk of data breaches and deep fakes. We also have infrastructure deficits like erratic power, poor internet, hindering legal tech adoption, particularly in northern states. Reforms and future directions, charting a path forward. Nigeria is not standing still. The Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill, advancing through the National Assembly in 2024-2025, promises a unified framework for digital governance, including AI ethics and blockchain standards. Amendments to the Cybercrime in 2024, cybersecurity. The NJC's multi-door courthouse initiative expands alternative dispute resolutions with mediation centers resolving 70% of commercial disputes amicably. Legal education is reforming too. The Nigerian Law School now integrates AI models, preparing lawyers for the fourth industrial revolution. Policymakers must prioritize inclusive reforms, subsidies for rural e-course, free legal tech training for young lawyers, and NDPA enforcement to safeguard vulnerable data subjects. Modern legal practice in Nigeria is a tapestry of resilience and reinvention While technology unlocks efficiencies and expands access, it amplifies the need for ethical stewardship and equitable reforms. For lecturers, this offers fertile ground to discuss how AI might redefine advocacy or debate the balance between Sharia digitalization and secular courts. Ultimately, the Nigerian lawyer of 2025 must be a hybrid by embracing innovation without forsaking justice human core. The profession can illuminate Africa's legal future. As Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, Chief Justice of Nigeria since 2024, aptly notes, technology is our ally, not our master. Let us wield it wisely. I come now to the Rivers State Judiciary. Rivers State Judiciary in perspective. In line with the national judicial policy, the Rivers State Judiciary has put in place the Judicial Information System. The first phase of the system comprised docket management, calendaring, case tracking, case notifications for judges and attorneys. Together, these features enable the court to review basic updates in their cases via SMS and email alert. In other words, after filing a matter, attorney need not visit the courthouse physically to discover the court where their case has been assigned to, as well as the date. In the event that the court shall not be sitting, the judge or the registrar digitally cancel matters for the day from his or her end of the system, and the system automatically notifies all counsel involved in this cancellation and each other's contact information to enable them choose a new date. This inevitably saves the time and resources of the court and counsel. All court judgments and rulings are now archived in digital format and are therefore protected against loss and damage. The judiciary now has a central system where all information is stored and can easily be retrieved without going through hundreds of files. The activities of the Rivers State Judiciary are also now being communicated to the public through the judiciary website, www.riversjudiciary.com. Legal practice, ISHIMBAM perspective. The first legal practitioner of ISHIMBAM extraction was late Richard Wosu Nwoka of blessed memory. He was my idol. His style of practice was quintessential. It was my dream to serve in his chambers, but unfortunately, before I graduated from the university, he had become sick and had stopped corporate appearances. I did my law office attachment in the chambers of his son, Reginald Webunehu Nwoka, now late and of blessed memory. By that time, legal profession revolved around Richard Nwoka and his family. The second lawyer in Elele was his immediate younger brother, late Reuben Nwoka, who served in the Rivers State Ministry of Justice. The next was his nephew, late Chief William Chukwu, and then his first son, late Reginald Nwoka, all in Elele. I happen to be the first person from outside Nwoka family to become a lawyer in Elele. In Elele, Okenari. Yes. I'm happy today that his legacy still lives as his nephew, Barrister Besman Nwaka, and his grandson, Reginald Nwaka, have kept the flag flying. Others who were my senior in the legal profession, who followed in Reginald and Richard Nwaka footsteps, who are from outside Elele, Okanal, include the Honorable Justice A.C. Woy, retired, late Chief Ebenezer Omereji, the Honorable Justice PNC Aguma, former President of the Customary Court of Appeal, and the Honorable Justice George Omereji, retired. All the lawyers of that era were all successful because they followed the footsteps of the forerunner. Late Barrister Richard Nwaka was highly principled in his legal practice. There was no Jankara practice, such that every of the early lawyers of ISHIMBAM wanted to be like him. He was based outside Lele. He was a Port Harcourt-based lawyer, legal practitioner, and so attracted respect from all over the place. He was one of those prominent Rivers indigenes who demanded for the creation of Port Harcourt State. He did not localize his practice. He never took any brief against any Lele indigene. So he never took any case that involved two Lele people who are fighting each other. I took a cue from him. In my brief private practice, I never took any case against any Lele indigene. It is not wrong to fight your personal battle, even if your kinsman or kinsmen are involved. I'm not saying that if you have a personal case that you don't have to fight because the person is the indigene of your village. No. If it's your personal case, you go with all your arms and fight to get what belongs to you. Setting up law office in your village, that is the mistake you should not do. We were taught at the law school, Victoria Island, Lagos, not to set up practice in our village. The disadvantage is that you will not be respected by your kinsmen. This is because a prophet has no honor among his kinsmen.